Hey yo everyone, and welcome back to Isla Napali in our wonderful Sunday episode. It's again the end of a wonderful week. It's again time for Isla Napali, and today's episode will be a little bit shorter, a little bit more easygoing, but this gives me also the chance to talk a little bit about a very important topic. But for now, enjoy today's episode, sit back, relax, and see you on the other side. Boom! So here we go. Before I jump into today's video, what we are doing, first of all, I know there is kind of the summer break or kind of the summer black hole, if you want, on YouTube right now. So don't worry, I'm not going to talk about views and blah blah blah. The only thing I was noticing in the recent episodes is that the amount of comments basically dropped down to basically zero. There's like no interaction at all, mainly because there's maybe not too much to talk about in these episodes, but you know what, so I give you a reason to talk about, and this is, what are you guys going to do in the summer holidays? I'm really interested. Are you going to travel? Are you going to visit theme parks in the summer? Do you have other plans? Are you going to visit zoos, whatever? Are you going away with your family, either way with your parents or with your own kids? Just let me know what you're doing, because I'm fairly interested. And yeah, I can also, you know, because this is always like a ping pong game between us, I can tell you that I have no real plans, to be honest, mainly because we bought our flat this year. Also, next week I hope I'll be able to give you an update on our current shitty situation. For once I can tell that at least the problem we had in the bathroom is fixed, basically, but we have still some other issues going on at the moment. But this is also the reason why we have no real holiday planned. I think I'm going to take off a week at the end of August, and then I'm also going to be away in October, I guess it is, somewhere in October, to go a little bit of hiking. But yeah, summer will be basically here in good old Germany, spending time in our new flat, basically finishing it, I guess, and also making sure that I do relax from all the stress and all the problems we had. And I think this is reason enough to not have a big holiday plan. But yeah, guys, what about you? Are you having bigger plans this year? Are you visiting some targets or some destinations you haven't seen so far? And basically, by the way, sorry for this little awkward moment. There was a huge lag. I wanted to cut it out, but I somewhat already cut the video now, and I have, well, I potentially can cut it out. I don't know. Let's have a look in the end if I'll be able to cut that out. Maybe you haven't even seen a weird moment of silence here. I don't know. I just saw that while making my voiceover right now. Anyways, yeah, so that would be super cool if you can tell me what's going on in your summer plans, what are you doing, and so I'm really interested in that. And if you don't want to say anything about that for whatever reason, just let me know what you think about Isla Napali, what should be the next project of Isla Napali once this year is done. And by this year I mean obviously the entrance area of the other part of the island. So let me just, before we talk about, basically I'm just doing some gardening work today, so nothing too special, nothing crazy going on. But for me it's really important to talk about what's up next in this park. There's quite a bit still missing, which is why I have some stuff listed down. And so the first thing we still need to do is finishing off the pier area by the log flume. We have to finish off the log flume area in general. We have to finish off the restaurant next on the opposite side of the wooden coaster. We have to basically fix this entire transition between old and new part of the park, where also the backstage area is connected, and yeah, this has to be done. And I think the next bigger projects we do still have left open is, for once, the old cargo harbor area, which is in fact this one over here with the new entrance, which is the old entrance. It's going to be complicated here, I know, but you know, don't worry, it's all right. It's all right. So it is basically, in terms of the history of Napali, this is the old entrance, but in terms of obviously the I should say obviously less often, I just recognize it's basically part of my every second sentence anyways. Yeah, but for sure this is the area where there is the old entrance in terms of the history, but it's a new entrance because I just built that lately, so please don't get confused by me using old and new always. Kind of you can get confused because it is confusing, so let's not talk about that. Yeah, well, you can see I'm putting down some lockers here, nothing too special. This is why, let me just continue. We talked about the harbor area up next, but well, it doesn't mean it has to be up next, but this is one of the bigger projects, and I think the biggest project still open is the inhabitants, or like the living huts of the people, the native inhabitants of Napali Island. I think this is the one thing that still is also triggering me the most, because being here to make it hyper realistic means also that we have to look into things like, where do these staff members actually live? And I actually had the idea that, I don't know if this works, to be honest, but when I do release the park, we will for sure have 1 or even 2 episodes on only doing all the staff member shit, like really employing really a lot of staff members. Reason being is two things. First thing is because of all the time-lapse videos, and every now and then I have the park running, then I do close it, then I have the guest flow episodes and whatnot, and I don't really take care of my employees. That means that they're all gonna quit at one point, because even though I just always put them on the craziest salary ever, they get bored after a time because no one is in the park and they're just standing in their little booth waiting for no one, and that kind of drives them crazy, which is why yeah, they still leave the job. I have to say, these are kind of cool employees, because they seem to not want to just sit there and wait for the money, which they effectively could do. Best job ever, but they don't. So I think they are good because they're motivated, you know. I can't say that I'm unhappy that they leave, because that seems a good, fair reason for them to resign. Just kidding here. Yeah, I have to take care of about this, because I feel that a realistic amount of stuff is also needed for a hyper-realistic park. And now here's the thing, which is why I'm talking about that so much in detail. I was questioning myself, if I disable all the staff rooms within the park, just as an idea, and I would put all the huts, like where the people actually live, over here to the other side of the island, and give it all a staff member building, like just as the Bora Bora huts we had on Kuali Beach, but back then there was no staff management at all, so we didn't have these buildings. So I was wondering, if we put like completely only staff member rooms in there, and I'm disabling all the other, would they just go here to relax? Like, because this seems to be, for me, the coolest idea, to make it really realistic, right? Because then our staff members would always leave the park to go home, which, if you consider this as an island of a very small size, it's pretty realistic that they, for example, in their kind of noon break or lunch break or whatever, that they easily could go home and just take a nap there or whatever. I mean, still you would need backstage areas, but that doesn't necessarily mean we need to give them staff rooms. I mean, it would be more realistic to have staff rooms open, because, you know, if they're just going for a drink, or if they're just going to prepare some stuff, they would definitely not go to their home. But if they go for a rest or whatever, they would. So I don't know. It's up to discussion, so to say. You guys need to come up with some answers in the comment section below, please, because I'm really feeling this could be a cool idea to try this. But if it doesn't really work out the way I hope, then I could just leave it all open and just put so many staff members into the park that maybe some of them will definitely use it. I don't know. It's just, I just came to the realization that we, like in Planet Coaster in general, it seems that staff members seem to, I don't know, the amount of staff members you need is just way too low compared to real life situations, I guess. So this is why I'm a bit confused in general. And by the way, if we do have another awkward moment of silence over here, I was looking into a little image, and this time I definitely leave it in, because I needed this to remember that I wanted to talk about. So it was pretty tricky to bring these little lights into the tree, because I really didn't know how to connect these ropes, because it was so tiny, and I figured in the end there was only one way to do it, and just one positioning that actually worked out, because all the others I tried were not working out. And I then checked online how this normally works with trees, and it's just totally okay to only have like one little rope with lanterns in there. I mean, we do, and this is the other reason why I left this in, we do need to have, and I don't know if you guys would be up for a live stream. I thought it could be a cool idea for a live stream with some nights music and some different playlists, maybe a midnight stream. We definitely need to light Isla Napali entirely. Like, I haven't really looked into the nighttime view of it, but I definitely want to get into that as best as possible. So really try my best at making it really appear as a planned out and realistic park at night as well, which definitely will then, I don't know, will need 3-4 hours of a recording, I guess. And I think why not just do this as a dedicated sorry for that, a dedicated live stream. I thought this could be a cool idea, but I do need your feedback on this idea. So would you be in for a live stream like that? Maybe just creating a playlist for that with the wonderful Epidemic music, because on Epidemic Music, which is the provider I use for my copyright-free music, which is actually, is this copyright-free? I think it's copyrighted, but I do have the rights because I have the subscription on, never mind. Anyways, I can use the music that is provided over there and don't need to care about the rights, so that's a good thing. It's royalty free, I guess that's the right term. Anyways, yeah, but I can definitely create a lovely nighttime playlist and then just make sure that we guys enjoy a wonderful long live stream of us. Yeah, looking into the lighting of Isla Napali. I would also do this on YouTube to make sure that everyone following this series can actually join in. I would then make this a bit more planned so that you guys do know when it actually is, to maybe join in if you want and just have a good time spending our night together at Isla Napali to make it really appear wonderful at night as well. Maybe if I do have the time and patience and whatever, we even want to go and exchange all the billboards around the sea, because we still have the lit ones, and I feel like to make it really perfect I need to change that. I can't really work with the glowing island in the end. I don't know, it's just, I know that many people said it's not too much of an issue here, but I don't know, guys, it looks like a glowing, I don't know, LSD trippy island at night, and I don't really know if that's the right way to go. Totally not, I guess. Anyways, yeah, the last bit we're doing in today's episode, before we already call it a day, again, as I said, a very relaxed episode looking into a bit of styling here, is putting some custom curbs down here, and then this is pretty much it. So guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. As a reminder, please let me know where you go on holidays, what your planning is for the holiday season, and yeah, hope to see you in the next episode. As always, if you like the episode, give it a like, and if you're new here and you like the content, make sure to subscribe. So, see you next time, have a good one, and bye bye guys.